Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm VJ and you're now watching another episode of my reaction for today. For today guys, I'm going to react on this very interesting topic. This is from KOOKIELIT. Actually, I'm an EXO fan, so this caught my attention. Here's why everyone's worried about EXO. I think I got a hint on it because of the rift between EXO CBX and SM Entertainment, right? I don't know what other things tackled in this video, so I'm just gonna watch it today. So yeah, let's go, guys.
At this point, not a year has gone by that EXO hasn't had some kind of trouble with SM Entertainment. Only 2 years after their debut in 2014, the group lost Chris and Luhan, and a year later they lost Tao due to internal conflicts with the company. Then in 2017, Lei went back to China to focus on his solo career. In 2020, Chen announced that he would be getting married and becoming a father. And in the same year, Chanyeol had his cheating scandal.
A lot of things happened in EXO, but they stayed strong, right? All of these scandals,
that
like
was proven false,
we know that,
but nevertheless tainted
we know that these are only accusations.
Chanyeol's name. Additionally to all this trouble, in 2022, Lei's contract with SM officially ended, but we can definitely argue that 2023 and 2024 were the most eventful years so far, with these years culminating in a long legal feud between members of EXO subunit EXO CBX and SM Entertainment. It's been agreed that this mess all started on June 1st, 2023, when members Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin revealed that they were taking legal action against SM to end their exclusive contracts. They claimed that the company failed to provide them with financial records of their earnings when requested and imposed excessively long contract extensions stretching into 2027 and 2028. According to the members' legal representative, from March to May 2023, the members repeatedly requested documentation from SM detailing their earnings and payments, making a total of 7 requests. They argued that having transparent financial records is their basic right as artists. However, SM allegedly refused to provide this information. The legal representatives also revealed that SM has been imposing excessively long exclusive contracts on its artists, typically lasting 12 to 13 years, with recent demands extending these contracts to 17 or 18 years. The members saw this as a misuse of power and a violation of industry laws regarding exclusive contracts. It was because of this that they decided—
we're just so happy that Bacon actually founded his new agency, his own agency, with the EXO CBX, because it would allow them to be free from SM,
to take legal action against what they call SM slave contracts.
They're like being slaves,
advocating for other artists similarly affected. In response, SM made claims that rival companies were exploiting the troubles at the company by attempting to steal their artists with false information and misleading legal advice. They accused the external parties of spreading false rumors and slander to persuade the members to break their contracts with SM and sign with other agencies. Then it was confirmed that the company that was apparently attempting to poach the members was Big Planet Made, the agency for VVs, and others. As expected, BPM denied these allegations and threatened legal action of their own. SM continued to point fingers though and accused MC Mung of meeting with members and persuading them to join BPM. However, this is when SM's media play started in full force. At first, they announced that because of what was going on, a never-announced full group comeback was delayed to make the public turn against the members of EXO for disrupting group activities. Once EXO CBX's members exposed the company's alleged dirty practices, there were also a lot of posts on online forums about how the members were lying and trying to gaslight the public. Shortly after, a user claiming to be an employee at SM criticized EXO CBX's request for certain documents, labeling the members as freelancers and contracted workers. The alleged employee also claimed that the three had numerous opportunities to raise concerns about their payment and rejected their accusations of being pressured into lengthy contracts. Additionally, these alleged employees suggested that the fact that EXO CBX went public with their complaints—
this picture is so nostalgic, this is from their EXO letter—
motivated primarily by financial compensation. The dispute seemingly ended a few weeks later, with the two parties coming to a settlement that said that the EXO CBX members would remain in the group and in the company. This had the fans hoping that the company had made tweaks to their contracts and that the members were content with the changes that were made. But the troubles for SM and EXO didn't end there. In October 2023, Dio left SM following the expiration of his contract and founded his own agency. A few months later, in January 2024, Baekhyun followed in his footsteps, opening his own entertainment company, with Chen and Xiumin soon joining him. Up to that point, all was well. Despite the different directions they were taking individually, the members still made sure to remind fans that they would remain as a group no matter what company they were under.
Kai and Sehun.
And 1 year later, after the initial legal dispute, EXO-CBX announced that they would be holding a press conference to address what they perceived to be unfair treatment by SM. On June 10th, the legal representatives of the three members held a press conference to discuss their dispute with SM. Their attorney, Lee Jae-hak, accused SM of not honoring the agreed 5.5% commission rate for albums and music, as outlined in their settlement with Baekhyun's agency, INB 100.
Because there are agreements to that because XOCBX is still, there are still connections with SM, right? So,
Also claimed
because of
SM
their
was unfairly
contracts,
demanding
anyway.
attendance.
This type of, legal activities, this is quite complex, that not an ordinary man could comprehend, of course. Anyway.
From the artist's earnings for various activities like album releases, concerts, and endorsements. SM responded the same day, accusing MC Mong and Cha Ga-won once again of interfering by contacting artists under SM's exclusive contracts. The company claimed that the members had entered an agreement with a separate entity and were sharing sales profits. They also said that they were convinced that the agency that Baekhyun started was actually operated by MC Mong and Cha Ga-won, not independently by EXO-CBX. This further implied that there was some third-party interference. SM also went on to criticize the three members for enjoying the benefits of being a part of EXO while allegedly not fulfilling their commitments. They defended the 10% payment from individual corporations' earnings as a standard set by a previous court dispute involving EXO members in China. Regarding the 5.5% distribution fee, SM said that it was meant to support CBX in negotiations with distribution companies. The two went back and forth with accusations, and this all ended in both SM and EXO-CBX filing lawsuits against each other, but not without the company throwing a few dirty punches in the members' way. As usual, once the issue first broke out, it was reported that EXO's winter album, which was stated to be released later this year, was delayed. Not only was this tactic familiar to SM, who had done the same thing a year prior, but it was extra bizarre to fans since nobody even knew this album was even coming in the first place. It wasn't announced by anyone. The members hadn't said anything about it, except for Suho telling fans to look forward to an album. Not to mention that it was in the middle of June, so there was no reason for there to be reports about a winter album being delayed. A fan commented on the situation writing, "They're going to punish the members that didn't leave and try to make the ones that did leave look like the bad guys so their own fans attack them. Well played, SM. Well played." INB 100 also issued a statement clarifying that the issue CBX is having with SM over their individual contracts do not affect the group contract. They emphasized that CBX remains fully committed to their work as EXO members. Even though they didn't directly address anything, this statement essentially refuted the delay rumors without directly addressing them. Then SM moved on to other tactics. At some point during the feud, music industry insiders also came out to confirm that EXO-CBX hadn't paid SM any royalties for intellectual property, including music and assets, for over 6 months. Initially, both sides had apparently agreed that EXO-CBX would pay SM 10% of their sales every quarter to cover the fees for using SM's intellectual property. This revelation swayed public opinion against EXO-CBX, with many netizens siding with SM and even some initial supporters turning against the trio. In response, the members explained their side of the story. They stated that in the agreement from last June, they were given permission to use SM's intellectual property without specific payment details. They emphasized that SM hadn't officially requested payment for the intellectual property usage fee. Although they suggested making payments during a press conference, SM had not responded to their proposal. Now, what's going to happen with EXO now that the company has shown that they will have—
So this is, for me, this is so exhaustive, right? I mean, I don't know exactly the legalities of the matter, but I don't know what's going to happen to them if they pursue their case against SM. I myself am quite worried about it, of what's going to happen to EXO as a whole, as a group.
Since SM doesn't disband groups, we know that's out of the question. But this situation feels oddly similar to Dolbang Shingi's back in the day. Based on their statements, netizens are assuming that SM is trying to pin the members against each other, just like they had done with Dolbang Shingi. A commenter pointed out that SM used this strategy to pressure Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin into renewing their contracts, noting that even during the dispute, SM insisted on discussing CBX's contract only if Dio was present, hoping to pressure him into renewing his contract as well. Even with Dolbang Shingi Shingi, with whom a lot of fans have drawn parallels to, when the members won their court case, they were the ones that were blacklisted and sabotaged. They were also the ones who were blamed for the situation and for Dolbang Shingi's full group activities coming to a halt in an attempt to create problems between the members who stayed with SM and the ones who left. There's also something that EXO's leader Suho said that has led fans to believe that issues have already started between the members. In an interview with 10 Asia that happened on June 14th, he said that he learned of EXO CBX's issues with SM through the media, not from the members themselves. Suho claimed to be upset about it, but above all, he was worried about the fans. He went on to say, "Last year, our fans went through a similar situation. I remember how heartbroken and upset they were. With this happening again, I am also feeling uneasy, and I can tell that the fans are not feeling good about it." He then apologized to the fans for worrying them, revealing that they were indeed making plans to release a winter album. There was also another issue with the mistranslated interview, which the fandom still isn't sure about. The interview in question is from Naver, and Suho was seen discussing his burdens as a leader amidst scandals like CBX's issues with SM these past 2 years and Chen and Chanyeol's scandal. However, based on one translation of the interview, it seems like Suho was bringing up these issues himself and talking about how these things keep happening when he's active. In another translation, the issues were brought up by the journalist in the article to emphasize the unfortunate timing of the scandals, especially seeing as Suho had to deal with them while he's also dealing with his solo activities. However, it was the first translation that led people to believe that there were issues within the group, even accusing him of throwing Chen and the CBX members under the bus. Some more understanding of what he was saying, especially considering his position as a leader and the fact that it seemed like the members didn't tell him what was happening beforehand. A user wrote, "The leader position is extremely hard, and it must be exhausting for him to answer his members' controversies every time, and he might get frustrated, especially during his solo promotions too." There were also some who said that it was understandable if he was feeling angry and even resentful towards his fellow members for making all these big decisions without letting him know beforehand. However, it turns out that there were two articles. One directly said that Suho had mentioned Chen and the EXO CBX members, and the other only quoted the journalist as saying so. This has made people wonder whether SM is spreading two articles on purpose so they can create confusion and resentment between the members and the fans. Outside of this interview, the members have shown nothing but support towards each other. Once the issue broke out last year, Sehun went on Bubble and wrote, "Fighting, let's go. There's going to be a lot of unexpected things. Let's have a great day." Generally, the EXO members have shown strong support for each other, with attending Chen's wedding and Baekhyun and Suho's concerts, and also loving each other's solo releases. In the public's eye, SM believes they can manipulate the group into falling apart or sway public opinion against certain members, but seeing the strong bond between the members, that's very unlikely.
Okay, it didn't actually mention the concert of Lay. Yeah, recently Lay had a concert in Korea, and Sehun, Xiumin, and Chanyeol came into the concert, and that is such a huge statement that, I mean, they have no rift against each others, and they still support each other no matter what decisions they individually make. Proud of the boys for standing out of what they believe is right, you know. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much, KOOKIELIT, for this wonderful documentary video about here's why everyone's worried about EXO. I'm gonna watch other EXO related videos in the next episode. For now, guys, thank you and bye.